To begin this meditation, find your way into a comfortable position. You could be seated onto a block, a blanket, or a cushion. Or if it feels distracting to be an upright seat, you might be lying down on your back. As you arrive into a position that you can sustain, begin to notice your body as a whole. Maybe scanning from the top of your head to the tips of your toes. And then bring your awareness into the space across your brow line. Noticing if there's any tension that's held in this space. We tend to store stress, to store tension in this wrinkle across our brows. So just begin to become aware of what might be held there for you. Now take your awareness to the space in between your brows, the energetic space that we call the third eye. So this space is a space that energetically we associate with our intuition, with our imagination, with our ability to visualize, our ability to dream. And notice what you feel in this space. If you feel nothing at all, that's okay. But can you bring your focus fully into this area, the third eye, for a few moments? As you do, maybe you imagine a light that's illuminating this space, glowing out from this space and bringing warmth to the entirety of your body. Now you can continue to notice that light, to know that it's there, but maybe allow the imagination of that light to be dimmed out into the background. And begin to notice your breath now. Notice where you're breathing, how heavy or lightly you're breathing, how shallow or deep. And without trying to change the breath, just become aware of how your breath feels in your body at this moment. And notice if you can make your breath just a little lighter, a little slower, and a little lower down into your body. Notice if you can breathe into the space just below your navel, allowing the belly to gently inflate and deflate with each breath in and out. Now notice that space just below your navel. Notice your breathing as it comes in and out. And then as you're breathing in, you can imagine light traveling from your navel down below the base of your pelvis, up the spine, around the crown of the head, and then into the third eye. So creating a half circle around the body. And then as you breathe out, you can imagine that light traveling back down the body from the third eye, down below the neck, below the heart, and then back right below the belly button to where it began. And then you can keep orbiting your energy with your breath. So taking your imagination, using this visualization of light circling around your body as you breathe in and out. As you inhale, the light circles around you, down underneath the pelvis, up the spine, to the third eye. As you exhale, this energy slowly travels back down. As you inhale, the light moves underneath you, up the spine, and to the third eye. And as you exhale, the light descends back down below the navel. Concentrate on this movement of light, this vision in your mind, for the next few moments. Notice if you can bring your awareness fully and completely to this visualization of light, of energy, of breath. And if your mind does wander, notice if you can simply bring it back to this vision that you've created in your mind. And I'll be quiet for the next few moments as you continue to orbit this energy, as you continue to watch your breath. And if your mind has wandered away from this orbiting of light, from this visualization, notice, can you gently guide it back to this image that you've created in your mind? And now begin to take your mind's eye to your thoughts. Notice what you're thinking in this moment. Notice what comes up. And you can use your thinking as a gateway into this present moment. So the thoughts will continue to fluctuate, will continue to change, to move, to ebb, and to flow as a simple consequence of being alive. So that you can know that you are in this present moment, in this life, simply by bringing awareness to the act of thinking itself. And now blink your eyes open for just a moment and notice the room around you. Notice the images that you see, the textures, maybe how those textures would feel on your body. And then maybe you notice the feeling of objects in the room. Maybe you notice where light is. And know that at any time during the next portion of this meditation, that you would like to come out of the meditation, you can always just blink your eyes open and come back into this reality. And you can know that you are alive. You can know that you are awake. Simply by anchoring your eyes back to these objects in the room. You can know that the laws of gravity, that science still applies. And that if you turn on a light switch, the room will become light. If you turn off a light switch, The room will become dimmer. You can know that if you press a finger into your palm, your hand is still there. The finger is stopped by the texture of your hand rather than moving through it. You know that you are awake. Now close your eyes again. And you can almost create a line in your mind between this physical reality of where you are, here and now, and the thoughts that are happening in your mind. And you'll stay awake for this next portion of the meditation. But can you begin to visualize a dream that you've had recently? And the first time you're doing this meditation, you can start with a dream that might be pleasant, something that's not scary. And then if you come back to this meditation, if you feel up to it later, you can use this meditation to approach a nightmare, something scarier, something that you would like to conquer, a fear that you would like to challenge from a dream. Only when the time is right. But for now, bring that image of your dream to mind. And if you can't think of a dream, if there wasn't a dream that you've had recently, that's okay. Know that you can think of a fantasy instead. You can paint a picture in your mind as a landscape of somewhere that you'd like to be, that you'd like to escape to. And then you can make this maybe scarier, more challenging as you come back to this meditation over time. But for now, find your image from your dream or from your creation of your mind. And see that image in your mind's eye. Notice what is there. And maybe you can't remember all the details. That's okay. But notice what you do remember. Notice the images around you. Maybe you notice sensations other than sight. Are there smells? Is there sounds? Is there a texture or a quality to the images that you see? And just as you could do in a true dream, you can change this landscape. You can change the tone of the images you're creating in your mind, simply by directing your awareness to what is around you and to what you'd like to see. So if you're in a benign, non-scary dream, maybe you invite someone in whose company you enjoy. And you can see that person's face, that person's vision, that person's image, overlaid within the texture of the dream that you're in. Or if you are visualizing a dream that is a challenge, notice what you can change in the surrounding environment to conquer that challenge. If you're jumping from building to building in your dream, notice if you can make the building in front of you become just a little closer. Or notice if you can even sprout wings. And know that just as you can do this in a dream, you can alter your own state within life. There's a quote from the film called Waking Life. It's a film about lucid dreaming. It says, "It seems like everyone's sleepwalking through their waking state, or wake-walking through their dreams. Either way, they're not getting much out of it." So can you continue to notice what you see in your mind and invite your creativity in to either solve any challenge that your dream presents, or perhaps just to make that dream better. I'll give you a few moments to continue to visualize your dream. Just as you did with your breath, can you invite the totality of your awareness into the images that your mind is creating, into this imagination of your dream? We'll begin these few moments now. If your mind wanders, just guide it back. And I'll let you know when to come back to reality. Your mind has wandered off from the thoughts, the images of your dream world. Begin to bring it back. Keep your eyes closed for a moment or two, but begin to feel your way back into your environment. Back to reality, back to this waking life. Maybe noticing sounds in the room. Maybe noticing the texture of the floor underneath you, of whatever is touching your hands. And when you do feel ready, you can blink your eyes back open, asking yourself, am I awake? Know that the answer is yes. As you come back to this reality, let your mind stay here, fully present, fully aware, fully alive, and fully awake.